In this video, I'm going to show you what presence does. And when I mean present, I mean being in the present moment. And I'm going to show you exactly what it does and how it could change your life. Right? So, first of all, what is the present moment? So, presence, the present moment, is when you're locked in the moment and you're out of the mind and you're in, like, locked in whatever it is that's in front of you. So, whether it's, I don't know, a tree, a pencil, whatever, you're locked into whatever it is in front of you, a person, a thing, whatever, and you're out of your mind. And when you're doing that, you're not performing, you're not thinking, you're just being who you're meant to be, uninterrupted by your mind. So when you're in the present moment, what is actually happening is you are being uninterrupted by your mind and you are being your true self at that moment. So if you were to remember again when you were younger and life was like just so wonderful and playful and all of these nice bright colors going on in your mind, that was presence. If you just take the time to remember like what made your childhood or that childlike sense when you were younger feel like so great compared to how you feel now, and you're going to find that it's presence that made the whole difference. And presence, when you're being present, again, I said it earlier, but you are being your true self. There are moments, especially when as you get older, you're locked in more inside your mind and you live more inside your mind. But when you become more present, the more present you are, the more you are being yourself. And the more you are yourself, the more unique you become because there's nobody like you. So that's what presence is, right? So it just makes you more of yourself, or you begin to be more of yourself by being uninterrupted by your mind, because your mind is full of things that are not you, like societal rules or expectations that never came from you. So what does presence do? So what the thing that presence does is it not only makes you become more of yourself and pushes your true self out into the world, it does actually something really powerful, which is it makes your unconscious conscious. Because when you're in the present moment, you are not inside your mind. You are out of your mind and you're in awareness. And when you step into awareness, what's going to happen is you are going to begin to see your mind from above. And as you begin to see it, you begin to see all the unconscious thoughts, the unconscious patterns, the unconscious suppressed emotions that you have inside of you. And as you begin to reveal all of those things, what begins to happen is you start to live more consciously. Because if you live in a constant rut where you keep on creating the same tomorrow, and today is just like a never ending day of like you just keep on making the same days over and over again, nothing really changes. I can bet I can bet you that the reason why you keep on experiencing the same things is because there is a thought that is living unconsciously inside of your mind that you have not seen yet. And the moment you begin to see it, it's going to release you. It's not going to have enough influence over you because uh, unconscious thinking controls you because you cannot see it. Until you begin to see it, then it'll release you. So, presence reveals what you have inside. So that way you are not like taken captive by unconscious thoughts, patterns, experiences that are trapped inside of yourself. So, and the way you begin to release yourself from these unconscious patterns, thoughts, whatever, is by being aware of it. Being aware of it. And once you become aware of it, then you do like about, I'd say, 60% of the job. The other rest, the other 40% is just changing the direction of your mind, the direction of your thinking. So presence, again, reveals all the unconsciousness that's going on inside of you, and it begins to heal you from the inside. So that way you begin to heal and become more of yourself and start living a life that is more true to you from your own personal lens, from your own unique perspective, from your own uniqueness. And again, like I said in the beginning, presence is you pushing yourself out into the world as you are, like in your own uniqueness. So presence is your unique self being expressed, and presence reveals all the unconsciousness that's going on. So that way you are not living unconsciously, and you can begin living consciously by seeing all the unconsciousness that's going on inside of you. Right? So the mind. The mind is a recording machine. All it knows is the past. It cannot tell you the future. You can imagine the future, but it's never going to tell you the future. So if you continually live in the past, what you're doing is you're letting the past influence your choices for today, which consequently will bring you more to things that are similar to the past. Because again, you're making choices based off of whatever is familiar. And the thing that is the most familiar is your past. So if you live in your mind, you're going to constantly be influenced by your past. And if and you see this all the time in people where, like, you ask, like, why is that person still in that relationship if they know it's not good for them, it's something like that. And because the past is the most familiar thing, and you're just naturally going to move to anything that's familiar. And because of that, you're going to constantly make things or make choices based off of the past. So in order for you to move away from your mind and start creating a new life for yourself, you're going to have to get out of your mind. And again, the only way out of your mind, like I said earlier, is by stepping into awareness. And the way you do that is by being present in the moment. Because the mind repeats, but presence creates. So I'm going through little slides right now that I made, like little bullet points. So mental blocks, right? So what is a mental block? Mental blocks are trapped experiences within your mind that distort your clarity. So to remove mental blocks, you're first going to have to be present in the moment. Because if you are not present in the moment, again, you cannot step into awareness, and you will constantly repeat the same thing over and over again. Whatever block is unconsciously taking you over, guiding you wherever it is that's guiding you. So that's the first thing you got to do. You got to be present. You got to be in awareness to see your mental blocks happening in real time. And once you see them, the quickest way to get rid of a mental block is to express it. Because again, like I said earlier about mental blocks, a mental block is a trapped experience that is lingering inside of your mind. So it is a memory that is just repeating itself over and over and over again, and it's constantly making it's constantly influencing you to make decisions. or to not make a certain decision that you want to make. And again, it's a trapped experience, and the only way out and the only way to remove it is to express it, because expression releases. So the way you express a mental block is through authenticity, meaning you have to speak from the mental block, not to the mental block. So if it's kind of have a hard time giving an example right now, but if you were to speak from a mental block, from the center of the mental block, as if you were reliving that experience again, and you were just to express it with authenticity, with intensity, and just release all of that emotional charge that's within you, so there's nothing else inside of you, that mental block will just be gone. It'll disappear into the air, because you fully expressed it, and now it is no longer able to be inside of you, because it is fully expressed, fully released. So when you release a mental block, you will realize that there is nothing blocking you. Just your stubbornness of not trying to live, your stubbornness of not trying to relive a bad memory, a mental block, or whatever it is that you keep trapped inside of yourself. So, next one, suffering. Right, so you suffer because you replay the memories that you don't want to experience anymore, and you keep repeating them to yourself. And the reason why you do this, and I'm not saying it's just you, I did it myself, I learned from experience, but we do this because, again, the past is the most familiar thing. And it's hard to let go of something familiar when you have uncertainty on the other end. So, if you want to stop suffering, you're going to have to let go of whatever it is that's making you suffer, whatever bad memory experience that you keep repeating to yourself over and over again unconsciously. Once you let go, you'll let nice, beautiful ideas, nice, beautiful experiences come into you and replace those suffering thoughts that you keep repeating. But first, again, you're going to have to be present, and you're going to have to release all that it is that is making you suffer, that you don't want to let go of, that you keep clinging onto so stubbornly, even though it hurts. So you stick to whatever is familiar, and because of that, you keep on repeating the same hamster wheel of suffering. And another reason why we suffer, this goes for me too, is because we cling on to the same memories over and over and over again, and the world moves on while we still repeat the same thought, the same memory over and over again, just reminding us how we're stuck. So let that just sink in a little bit and reflect on your life and what's going on in your experience. Who's yelling? So, and another one, the reason why most people suffer, including me, and the reason why I suffered as much as I used to in the past, was because they don't know they're suffering. I didn't know I was suffering because you're so used to it. You think it's normal, and that's the trap. So, again, become present, step into awareness, realize that your mind repeats itself, see your mind for what it is, become conscious of all your unconsciousness, and you'll begin to be free from your mind, from that same hamster wheel of thoughts that keeps you trapped in, repeating and repeating, until you begin to break free from your mind and you become, more into awareness. And this is my last point, and I'm going to finish off my video with this. So, coming back home. If you want to come back to your true self, if you want to walk back home to who you're meant to be, just follow the tears of beauty within you. They'll bring you back home if you're faithful to them. Right? So this is the only journey that moves you forward by stepping backwards. So walk with presence. So when you begin your journey of consciousness through presence and awareness, you're going to see a whole bunch of things inside of your mind. Follow the most beautiful thing and you'll follow yourself. Because again, like I said in the beginning, presence is your uniqueness expressing itself uninterrupted by your mind. So what you're doing is you're coming back home to your true self. You're your own unique self. Because once you actually see yourself for who you're meant to be, you'll begin to see that there's no one like you. You know? And there's beauty in that, like real beauty in that. So take the time, put in the effort, take the awareness that you need to take in order for you to see how unique you are, and just follow those trail of tears and come back home. And I really do hope this video helped you. A lot of these things that I spoke about in this video, I experienced, and right now I'm looking at some poems that I made. They're not bullet points, they're poems that I made for some reason. My mind's native language is in poetry, and I understand more when things are written in poems. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you, and yeah.